Have you ever felt like there was something special about your life, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it? A feeling that you were meant for something bigger, something greater than what the world has shown you. Maybe you've faced battles that seemed impossible, with no clear explanation as to why they happened. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, and still pushing forward. Today, we're going to dive into something incredibly powerful, the truth about who you are. You, my friend, are one of the chosen ones. Now, I know that might sound strange to you, perhaps even a little overwhelming. But let me tell you, there's a reason behind your struggles, your pain, and the challenges that have shaped you into who you are today. You weren't just born into this world by chance. You were born with a purpose, with a divine calling that has been with you since the moment you took your first breath. The awakening I'm talking about is not about discovering your purpose in a typical earthly sense. It's about awakening to the higher truth of why you've endured what you've endured, and how that endurance is a sign that you are destined for greatness. For so many of us, the journey to self-awareness isn't an easy one. It's filled with twists and turns, moments of doubt, and deep pain that can make you question your very worth. But these struggles are not here to defeat you. They are here to refine you, to shape you into the person you are always meant to become. You are the chosen one because you have already survived what most couldn't even begin to fathom. Each trial, each moment of suffering has led you to this point, the point where you begin to understand that your purpose is greater than the pain. This journey isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. As we walk through this together, I want you to remember one thing. Your story is not just a tale of survival. It is a story of victory, of strength, and of divine intervention. The world has tried to silence you, but it's time for you to rise. Your awakening is here, and it's time to step fully into your purpose. The hidden battle, understanding the forces against you. You might be wondering, why have I faced so much pain? Why do I feel like the universe is working against me? Let me tell you this, you are not alone in this fight. In fact, what you're feeling is a manifestation of something much larger than you can see. Since the moment you were born, there has been an unseen battle taking place. A battle that's been designed to break you before you could even realize your power. From the outside, your life might have looked normal, perhaps even like everyone else's. But inside, you felt the weight of something more, a heaviness that others couldn't comprehend. While others were living carefree, you carried burdens that seemed far too heavy for someone of your age. From the very beginning, adversity shadowed you like a relentless predator. Betrayals, losses, and heartbreaks, these were not random occurrences. These were calculated attacks meant to strip you of your power, to make you question your worth before you could fully understand what you were truly capable of. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine that before you were even aware of your own purpose, before you could stand up for yourself, the forces around you already knew who you were. They knew the potential you carried, the light you could bring into the world, and they feared it. They feared your ability to shake the world, to change lives, to uplift those who were lost in darkness. That's why these attacks came time and time again, because they wanted to snuff out the very flame that would eventually guide you and others to the truth. But here's the key, you made it through. They underestimated your strength, your resilience, and your divine protection. Every betrayal, every loss, every moment of doubt was a challenge that could have crushed you, but instead, it shaped you into the warrior you are today. The forces that tried to break you didn't realize that each blow they struck only made you stronger. You were never meant to fall. You were meant to rise, to stand tall and proud, and to shine brighter than ever before. This battle, this hidden fight, is not over, but now you are beginning to see the truth. You have been equipped with everything you need to overcome these forces. They thought they could defeat you, but what they didn't know was that the power within you is greater than any obstacle they could ever place in your path. The divine plan, why you were chosen, why you ask, why all the suffering, the challenges, and the endless obstacles, why were you chosen for such a path? I know it's not easy to understand, and sometimes the weight of your journey can feel too heavy to bear. But let me tell you this, every single step you've taken, every hardship you've endured, is part of a much larger plan, one that has been in motion long before you were even born. You were not chosen at random. There is a divine purpose in your life, a purpose so profound that even the darkest forces have tried to stop you from fulfilling it. Your story is not just about survival, it's about transformation. You were chosen because you have the strength, the heart, and the soul to carry out a mission that others simply cannot. This mission is greater than you can see right now, but in time, it will become clear. The struggles, the betrayals, the pain, it was all necessary to prepare you for this very moment. You were chosen because you possess a unique power. You have the ability to rise above, to heal, and to help others do the same. The hardships you've faced have not been in vain. They have been the very thing that has molded you into someone who can carry the weight of this calling. While others may have been spared from such trials, it was you who were chosen to go through them because you have the strength to overcome. And here's the best part. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. Your purpose was never meant to be easy, but it was meant to be impactful. It's time to step into that truth. You are not here by accident. You are divinely selected for a purpose that is beyond anything you can imagine. It's time for you to awaken fully to that purpose, to step into the fullness of your calling, and to begin the work that only you can do. The power within you, rediscovering your true strength. If you've been feeling lost, if you've been doubting yourself, I want you to hear me clearly. The power you've been searching for is already inside you. Every challenge, every heartbreak, and every moment of doubt has only been a step toward unlocking that power. You are not powerless. You are not weak. You are a force to be reckoned with. I know that sometimes the weight of the world feels too heavy to carry. I know there have been moments when you've wanted to give up, when you felt like you were too small to make a difference in such a big world. But let me tell you this, your power is not defined by the world's standards. Your strength is not measured by what others see in you. It is defined by your ability to rise after every fall, to stand tall after every setback, and to keep moving forward even when the road seems impassable. You have been forged in the fires of adversity, and those fires have only made you stronger. Every tear you shed, every scar you carry, has contributed to the strength you now possess. You are no longer the person who was defeated by your struggles. You are the person who used those struggles to become unstoppable. You were born with a divine power within you, power that only you can wield. This power is your birthright, and it has been waiting for you to fully realize it. It's time to stop doubting yourself. It's time to stop holding back. You have everything you need to conquer the world in front of you. The strength, the resilience, and the divine spark that have carried you through your darkest moments are now your greatest allies. The world is waiting for you to rise, to step into the fullness of who you are. So stop playing small, step into your power, embrace the warrior within. You were born to be great. And now is the time to show the world just how powerful you really are. The trials were designed for your triumph. Have you ever felt like the universe was throwing everything it could at you, as if the world wanted to break you? You've probably asked yourself, why does it always feel like I'm carrying a burden heavier than anyone else? It's as though you were handpicked to endure challenge after challenge, yet still you're standing. And here's the thing, those trials were never meant to break you, they were designed to refine you. Let me tell you about a time when I too felt overwhelmed by life's trials. I remember a period when everything seemed to be falling apart, relationships crumbling, work pressures mounting, and the weight of the world feeling like it was suffocating me. At that moment, it seemed like I could never catch a break. I would ask myself, why me? What did I do to deserve this? But little did I know, those struggles were not punishments, they were stepping stones. Every heartbreak, every setback, and every moment of doubt was preparing me for something greater. Think about your own struggles. The betrayals, the losses, the long nights spent questioning your worth. Each of these trials was not a random event, but a divine design. These challenges were the very tools that shaped you, that pushed you to tap into strengths you didn't know you had. They were a means to an end. And that end, your triumph. You see, life's trials don't come to destroy you, they come to make you stronger. Each painful moment was an opportunity for growth, an invitation to push through the barriers that stood in your way. You were never meant to stay down, you were always meant to rise higher. The trials, as difficult as they were meant to test you, to mold you into the person who could stand in the face of adversity with unshakable confidence. Today, you stand as a living testament to what you've overcome. The pain, the struggle, they have all led to this point, where you can now look back and see that each step was part of a larger plan. The person you are today, stronger, wiser, more resilient, is exactly who you were meant to become. So when you look at your trials, don't see them as obstacles. See them as the preparation for your triumph. They didn't break you, they built you. And now, your victory is inevitable. You have been shaped by the very things that tried to defeat you, and nothing can take away what you've earned. Divine protection, how God has shielded you. There are moments in life when everything seems to be falling apart. You're overwhelmed by circumstances, and it feels like the world is working against you. But somehow, against all odds, you make it through. Have you ever wondered why? Why did you survive when it seemed like the odds were stacked against you? I want you to know something powerful. It's not by accident. You have been shielded by divine protection every step of the way. I remember a time in my life when I faced an immense challenge. I was at my lowest point, feeling like everything I had worked for was slipping through my fingers. In those moments of darkness, I couldn't see how things would ever turn around. But looking back now, I realized something profound. During those very moments when I felt most alone, when I was battling internal storms and external pressures, I was never truly alone. There was a force greater than me, a divine hand that was protecting me, guiding me, even when I couldn't see it. In your own life, you've had these moments too. Times when you were on the edge, feeling like you couldn't go any further, yet somehow you pushed through. You may have faced dangers, betrayals, or fears, but somehow you found the strength to keep going. This wasn't just your own strength, it was God's protection. Even when you couldn't see it, He was there, shielding you from what could have destroyed you. He was guarding your heart when it felt like it would break, protecting your spirit when it was being attacked, and leading you when you couldn't find your way. Think about the times when you thought you were falling apart, when you felt like everything was slipping away. Now look at where you are. You're still standing, still breathing, still moving forward. That is divine protection at work. You were never meant to face these battles alone. Every step you've taken, every challenge you've overcome, has been under the protection of a higher power. When you look back on your life, don't just see the struggles, see the unseen shield that has been surrounding you, protecting you, and guiding you. You have been preserved for a greater purpose. The challenges you've faced haven't been in vain. They've been part of a divine plan that has been unfolding all along. And as you continue on this path, know that God's protection will always be with you, no matter what you face. Divine justice, the reckoning that awaits your adversaries. Have you ever been wronged by someone? Have you ever faced betrayal, deceit, or cruelty and wondered when justice would come? I'm here to tell you something powerful. Divine justice is real and it is coming. There was a time in my life when I experienced deep betrayal by someone I trusted. The hurt was unbearable, and the injustice felt like it was consuming me. I found myself questioning, why is this happening? Why does it feel like the wrongdoers always get away with it? But as I went through this journey, I realized that justice doesn't always come in the way we expect. Sometimes it takes time, but divine justice is always precise, and it's never delayed. I want you to think about the wrongs that have been done to you. The lies, the betrayal, the deceit, those moments where people hurt you and thought they could get away with it. Let me tell you this, God sees everything. He knows what you've been through and He knows who has wronged you. The universe itself is a courtroom, and there is a reckoning that awaits those who have dealt harm. But here's the beautiful truth. Divine justice is not just about retribution, it's about restoration. The pain that was inflicted upon you will not go unnoticed. There is a reckoning that will come for those who have tried to destroy you, and it will be far greater than anything they ever expected. You may not see it today, but trust that the consequences of their actions are already unfolding. The wrongs done to you are not forgotten. God is a righteous judge, and no one escapes His justice. The forces that have tried to tear you down will eventually face the consequences of their actions. And when that moment comes, it will be clear that nothing escapes the reach of divine justice. But remember, your story is not defined by their offenses. What they meant for your destruction will only fuel your elevation. Your pain is not in vain, it is part of your story, and it will become the foundation for your greatness. God's justice will bring your vindication, and you will rise stronger than ever before. Restoration, how your blessings will overflow. You've walked through fire. You've faced moments where you thought you couldn't go on, where the weight of your struggles seemed too heavy to bear. But let me tell you something, your story doesn't end with pain. It doesn't end with the hardships you've faced. Your story is one of restoration, of divine blessings that will overflow in ways you can't even imagine. I've been there feeling like everything was falling apart, like I had lost it all. But then, something amazing happened. As I walked through the darkest times in my life, I began to see the glimmer of hope. The pain that had once defined me started to transform into a foundation for something greater. It was as if every loss, every tear, and every heartbreak was preparing me for a season of abundance. This is where you are right now. You've endured, you've survived, and now it's time for your restoration. The pain you've faced has been the soil in which your blessings will grow. For every tear, there will be joy. For every loss, there will be gain. What was once broken in your life will be made whole, and the blessings that come your way will far exceed what you've lost. Your restoration isn't just about getting back what you lost. It's about receiving more than you ever imagined. The blessings that are coming are not small. They are overflowing, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. You are entering a season where abundance is your inheritance. What you thought was taken from you will be returned, and it will be multiplied. This is not a time to doubt or question. It's a time to receive. God's promise of restoration is unwavering. The blessings He has for you are already on their way, and when they arrive, they will change everything. You will look back at your journey, and you will realize that every trial, every moment of suffering was part of the process that led you to this moment of divine overflow. Get ready, because the best is yet to come. Your story of restoration is just beginning, and the blessings that will flow into your life will be beyond your wildest dreams. Your divine purpose, stepping into your calling. You've walked a long road filled with struggles, sacrifices, and doubts, but have you ever stopped to wonder why you've been through all of it? What is the purpose behind the pain, the challenges, and the obstacles? I know you've asked yourself these questions before, wondering if there's more to your life than just surviving. And I want to tell you this, there absolutely is. You are not just here by accident. You were chosen for something greater. Your divine purpose has been with you from the very beginning, even before you could comprehend it. It's time for you to step fully into that calling and embrace what you were born to do. There was a time in my life when I felt utterly lost. I had experienced enough failure and disappointment to make me question if I would ever find my true calling. I knew deep down that there was more to me than what the world saw, but I couldn't figure out what it was. I went through periods where I doubted everything, my abilities, my worth, and whether I would ever live the life I felt destined for. And yet, during those dark days, something in me refused to give up. I began to search for answers, to look beyond the pain, and I realized something crucial. My divine purpose wasn't just about what I could do, it was about who I was meant to be. And that was the turning point. You might be in a similar place now, trying to figure out why things haven't come together for you yet. You've been pushed to the edge, your strength tested, and your patience worn thin. But all of this is leading you to the discovery of your true purpose. You were chosen for a reason. Your journey, no matter how difficult it may have been, is preparing you to fulfill a greater calling. Your purpose goes far beyond your current circumstances. It's about the lives you will touch, the light you will bring, and the impact you will make. So how do you step into your calling? First, it starts with belief. Belief that you were meant for greatness. It's about shedding the doubts and fears that have held you back and embracing the truth that your life has meaning and value far beyond what you see right now. It's about trusting that all the pain you've endured was not in vain, but rather, it has been a preparation for what's to come. Your calling will not always be easy, and there will be moments when you question if you're on the right path. But remember this, the more difficult the path, the more rewarding the destination. As you step into your calling, understand that you are not alone. God has already equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. The strength you've gained, the wisdom you've earned, and the resilience you've developed are all part of your divine toolkit. You were chosen not because you were perfect, but because you have the ability to overcome, to inspire, and to lead others to the same realization that they too have a divine purpose. So, take a step forward today, step into your calling. Your journey is just beginning, and it's one that will change not only your life, but the lives of many others. The inner power, unlocking the hidden potential within you. There is a power within you that has been waiting for the right moment to awaken. It's not something you have to find, it's something you must release. For so long, you've carried the weight of the world, and in doing so, you've unknowingly blocked the immense potential that lies within. But the truth is, that potential has always been there. It's time for you to unlock it and unleash it upon the world. I've seen it in my own life, how the power we seek is not something external, it's something internal, buried beneath the layers of fear, doubt, and insecurity that we've allowed to build up. But when you tap into that inner power, everything changes. There was a time when I felt like I had nothing left to give. The trials of life had drained me emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I had reached a point where I believed I had given everything I could, only to see little in return. But in those moments of despair, something unexpected happened. A deep, almost instinctual drive within me began to stir. It was a power I had long forgotten, buried under the weight of my struggles. I realized that I had been holding back, afraid to step into the fullness of who I truly was. But once I allowed myself to tap into that inner power, I began to see my life transform. That same power is within you. It is the power to rise above every challenge, to break free from the chains of your past, and to create the life you've always dreamed of. But first, you must believe that it is there. You must trust that you have everything you need within you to achieve your goals and to live the life you were meant to live. This power doesn't come from external validation. It comes from deep within your soul. It's the quiet strength that has carried you through every trial, every setback, and every heartbreak. It's the resilience that has allowed you to keep going even when you felt like giving up. To unlock your hidden potential, you need to do two things. First, let go of the limiting beliefs that have held you back. The beliefs that you are not good enough, that you are not capable, that you don't deserve greatness. Those beliefs are not true. You were born with limitless potential, and it's time for you to acknowledge that. Second, trust yourself. Trust that you have the strength, the wisdom, and the ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. Once you tap into this inner power, you will begin to see doors open, opportunities arise, and a new sense of confidence fill your life. The world is waiting for you to step into your power. It's time to unlock it and let it shine. Conclusion: your victory is already written. I know there have been times when you felt lost, when it seemed like the weight of the world was on your shoulders, and when you doubted if you would ever find your way. But I'm here to tell you with absolute certainty that your victory has already been written. Everything you've been through, every challenge, every trial, every moment of pain, it has all been part of the divine plan that has been unfolding in your life. Your victory isn't just a distant dream, it's already on its way to you. I remember a time when I felt like everything I had worked for was slipping away. I questioned whether I had made the right choices, whether I had the strength to keep going. But even in my moments of doubt, there was a quiet voice inside me that reminded me, your victory is already written. It was a reminder that no matter how hard things got, no matter how many setbacks I faced, the outcome had already been determined. I was meant to overcome. I was meant to rise. And so are you. Your victory is not based on the circumstances you face today. It is not defined by the failures of your past or the challenges of your present. Your victory is written in the stars, etched into the very fabric of your destiny. You are destined for greatness, and everything you've been through has been preparing you for this moment. The pain, the setbacks, the betrayals, they were all part of the process. They were never meant to break you. They were meant to build you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for the victory that is already yours. So, as you continue on your journey, remember this. Your victory is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You have already won. The challenges you've faced are simply stepping stones that have led you to this point, and now you are ready to claim your victory. Your story is not one of failure, it is a story of triumph, of resilience, and of divine purpose. The best is yet to come. Your victory has already been written, and it's time for you to walk into the next chapter of your life with confidence, knowing that nothing can stop you now. The world is waiting for you. Your time is now. Step into your victory and let the world see the light within you. It's your time to shine, and your victory is already written in the stars.